Well, just playing off that, what have your experiences been like at U of A, and how have you just appreciated this team coming in?
Well, actually, I appreciate it a lot. The simple fact is, like you say, a lot of people that said it, the kids have brought into what we're trying to do here. And, I mean, it starts from the top down. It starts from Rich, and it works all the way down to the rest of the staff, to the players. And to see that they're all buying in and see on a daily basis, we constantly get better and better and better from all positions, all groups, that you can see that this team is still growing and still have a long ways to go.
When you talk about kids buying in, what were some of the things that you and Donte and some of the guys had said, okay, we want them to do this, but we need them to change this?
It was just pretty much, it wasn't just really change anything. It was more of implementing what we pretty much know as a staff and what we're trying to accomplish. That was the difference. I mean, whether it's different techniques, whether it's different scheme, and just buying in, the guys here have always played hard. It's just pretty much just getting in to buy in what we're trying to do and what we're trying to implement.
How about like having younger coaches? I know there's that old school, that new school feel, and the new school is really seemed to bring a lot of energy. Is that something you guys wanted?
Well, I will say this. I don't know if you guys know how old Rich is, but he's older than the rest of us, and I don't know what kind of energy you guys see him at practice with. So I don't buy into when you get older, the energy and younger energy. I've seen younger coaches stand around and do nothing, and I've seen older guys get after it. And if you, like I said, it starts from the top down. If you come to our practice and you see him get after guys, you better buy in and get after guys too.
How much fun are the guys having with all the towel waving and all the celebration after big plays? Is that something that you see them just really enjoying?
I guess it's pretty much just, like you said, you got an offensive team, and they've always, game after game, we're going to put up 50. So it's our job to, hold guys down to zero kind of thing. So, that's just something that Rich implemented, and, he's kind of brought into being a defensive guy as well. Everybody looks at him as an offensive guy, but he's a defensive coach. He played defense in college. Everybody forgets that and thinks he's just his offensive guru, which he is, but he's a defensive guy. So the towel waving and all that is something that he wants to implement.
What has surprised you about this group? Anything that stuck out and you're like, wow, I like this group?
The biggest thing, I guess, is, for one, they're a lot better than I thought. With me coming here, just where they were last year, just everybody looks at statistics. And they think statistics, if you're really good, they think that you're supposed to be a good group, and they think if you're bad, you're supposed to be a bad group. I found out that wasn't the case here. I found out it's a lot of talent. It's just pretty much just getting the guys to enjoy and love football, playing again. And that's pretty much what we're trying to implement here.
Did you and Miguel cross paths when he was a high school coach out in LA?
Yeah, we did. When I was at Washington, he came up there a couple times, and just we grew together pretty much from different camps and different things like that. So it's a guy that I've been knowing for a while.
How helpful is it to have a guy like that on staff who obviously has so many connections in the Empire and that area? Obviously you do too, but just together.
Recruiting here, everybody looks at probably as one guy or two guys or three guys. That's never how you succeed when it comes to recruiting. You succeed because it's a group effort. It's everybody buying in. It's not just the full-time guys. It's the GAs. It's the analysts. It's everybody. It starts from the top down. It even starts from the administration, because we can't go recruit if we're not financially able to go recruit. So, it's from the whole program, pretty much, that we're able to recruit the way we're doing.
Yeah, and how big a part of what you've been able to do in LA and stuff, just building up all those relationships over the years from when you started out as a player to now?
It's just, for me, it's just a lot of the guys that pretty much have a lot of the players and coaches I kind of grew up with. So either I grew up with them, or they coached me, or we crossed paths somehow, some way. So, it's not some guy that just showed up on their doorstep and I want one of their players. It's somebody who they've been knowing for 15, 20 plus years. So it's a different trust factor when I go in there to recruit a kid than whether it's somebody that comes from, Florida or something to come to California. It's a different understanding, and they know me.
What is it like being under Coach Yates? What's coaching with him like?
To be honest, it's awesome. That's, like I say, I couldn't ask for somebody else better to be with, because he is a defensive coordinator. Still young. He's still very energetic, and I'm learning. Just from the front wise, what we're doing, like, everybody looks at me as a DB guy, but when I GA'd, I was with linebackers and so on. So just for me to continue to grow and learn stuff is always a plus as a young coach.
Is there something you've seen the players learn from him that they're like, wow, we didn't know that, or we didn't know how to do that?
It's not really like – defense to me is kind of all the same. And everybody kind of knows the same thing. It's all about how you say it and how you put it out there for the players to understand, because everybody learns differently. So it's pretty much how you explain it to get the players to buy in what you want them to do. It's more of, instead of just tell them what you want it done, but you tell them why you want it done. And he's big on that.
I know the playbook's a little bit more difficult than it has been in years past. Are the players grasping that, as you can tell so far?
It's for us, it's kind of like, it's weird. It's not, I wouldn't say it's so much of a bigger playbook. It's so many adjustments. It's kind of more of like almost like an answer for everything. So it's kind of dealing with a lot of stuff on the fly. It's not like we just call a defense and we line up. We have adjustments. And to get those adjustments across, it was kind of like, once again, it starts from Yates, it goes from position coaches with us teaching our guys, and it goes with our guys on the field being able to communicate it.
What have you made it of Jarvis at safety so far this fall?
Well, no problem. I mean, just with him at safety, it gives you a bigger athletic guy, and I mean, he's a guy that's played corner, so you know his coverage ability and different things like that. So he understands the whole back end. It's a guy that understands safety and a guy that understands corner, and Coach Adai's doing a great job with him.
So is he the guy that could be used flexibly among the position groups, or?
We have quite a few guys that we kind of trust. I don't know if he'll be flexible as far as what position he plays. Like I say, our scheme is not just line up and play football. There's adjustments and different things he has to know. So Coach Adai is doing a great job with him as far as learning those adjustments, and he's continued to get better.
Who are a couple of the true freshmen that maybe might make an impact early for this team?
We're still going, so it's still a long ways to go. It's still, I mean, if any of those guys pretty much just fizzle out right now and continue, stop growing, then pretty much nobody will make an impact. But it's just like through practice, it's a couple guys that started to stand out. Like I say, you see Lorenzo Burns, you see Isaiah Hayes, you see Chacho. You see different guys that are constantly showing up, and hopefully those guys can just show up until game day.
Is it more of an effort thing with those guys that you're looking for in practice, or is it?
No, it's everything. Especially, like I say, with Adai, the safeties have a ton of adjustments. A lot of our defense is based off what the safeties have to do adjustment-wise, and he continues to make sure those guys grow and continues to give them reps and gives them better.
Is Dane and Devonte kind of standing out at corner right now? Or?
To be honest, I have about 6 guys that stand out to me.
All right.
So I wouldn't just say that those guys are just crown kings or anything like that. It's next guy up for us. We have 6 guys that I feel right now could go into a game and play and perform, and that's what it takes at that position.